Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget, everybody, we're asking if the dog hasn't been named by now, what shall we call our dog here? Roma? I don't know, but that's up to you. So yeah, give us your ideas on what we can call him. Okay, so last time we bought a new field and ploughed it. So today we have to cultivate it and put some lime down. So I've got the cultivator here and off we go to our new field to cultivate and get it ready for our new crop. Now at the moment we've got the settings on a 2-day a month, so we haven't gone into a new month at the moment. So after today, not literally today's video, but today in the game, we will be heading into October. Of course you can adjust these settings to however you please, or the speed, but at the moment, to allow us to achieve what we need to do, we have got the settings in like half the speed on the days and 2 days at the moment. But of course you can speed this up once you've got your things set up. If you don't necessarily want to do everything or anything to just maybe harvest your fields, then you can speed through the months. But of course we can see here, notice the trees are losing the colours and going very brown now, or they're starting to go colours. That's one good thing. Look at them over there. Oh, if I'm not looking while driving, but yeah, they are certainly changing colours now. Of course next month will be, I won't say start the winter months, but not far off it. So let's start. We'll be on the lime duty. I've got the cultivating duty. Okay, so let's go around here. Of course, let's unfold it. Now some people would ask why I still got the menu for the options or the controls on the top left. Of course a lot of people may have got rid of them by now. The reason I do them, keep holding them for now, is I think if you're still learning or using us as a beginner for the game, it's also very good for reference. So that's why I keep them up at them for the moment anyway. But obviously, you know, there is a downside that you could obstruct a bit of the view on the video, but it's one or the other. But for me, I think it's still handy for reference, if nothing else. There we go. Okay, so cultivating and the lime shouldn't take quite as long as doing the ploughing. Oh, gonna crash. No, look at that. See, we're getting used to now. We're getting used to the driving. I wonder if there's a particular way when you're supposed to either put the lime stuff down first and then cultivate it in, or cultivate and then put the lime on top of that. I wonder if there's a real proper way for that. Let's not think too much into that. Quite a tight turn there, so I thought I might be better off doing that, starting again. Okay, of course, looking after the equipment rather than forcing it round tight corners. It's the best way anyway. So having an extra day in our settings for this does mean that we can actually seed this field with what we would actually like. But we're going to look at that in our next video. For today, we will be liming and cultivating. Getting it all ready. It's interesting to see, if you stick with it, how the months affect the game. It was mentioned there, you know, about like the trees and the changing of the colours. Of course, it's not the only thing that changes. So it will be, you know, interesting for anyone new to actually see what other effects take place in this. Tight around the edges, but we got there. So I think it's good to finally actually get a second field into our farm to expand the farm. Perhaps we can call one of the fields M and the other field called L. Does that go too much? These trees. Try and obviously see now where we've got to go, covering it over. All for the goodness of the soil, to help the crop grow to the best it can. Look after the crops will give us better crops, which will give us better money when we go to sell it, of course. To try and follow where Alex has been, so we know where we've been as well. And we do appreciate anyone who's watching the Farming Simulator series, and if you're new, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate your time with us. Our seasons on the game go into winter. Of course, we're heading into the March and the springtime for real. A real good time for growing and starting your gardens, of course. Looking forward to the summer seasons and the spring seasons for the growing and what the activities they can bring. Of course, by doing the cultivating, you can see it's bringing up the stones. They're like little potatoes, but they are still stones. We haven't got a stone picker. We haven't gone that far yet. It's actually quite a slow job on the stone picking. It's one of those jobs that are quite new to the game, but it's a slow one. It's supposed to help, again, with the looking after the machinery. But as we're only on 51,000 at the moment, we've got to look after the pennies. And we will need to buy our seed as well. So that will reduce it a little bit more. Didn't mean to hire AI worker then. Let's do that. I think the controller's getting a mind of its own at the moment. Going everywhere. Okay, let's just move on. It's going to be the easy way. What's it doing? That probably sounded weird. I think I'm pushing the buttons too quick. So like the L1 to bring up that menu to lift the cultivator to do the turnings. I think what I'm doing is taking my finger off that one quicker, so I'm not just pushing the circle button, which then hides the AI worker. I think we will go around those edge bits afterwards, so the field is all the same. Sort of cultivate the rest of the edging of the liming. Looks like Lexa's here to go off and buy some more. I thought we'd have enough. We had some left over at the farm from the previous job, which we loaded up into the trailer beforehand. Of course, over time we certainly hope to buy some more fields. Hopefully we do need 1 or 2 fields just for the grass, because if we do buy cows in future, we can just use the grass, cut the grass for food for them. So it is something that we're going to have to think about when the time comes to getting the cows, of at least purchasing perhaps one of the smaller fields, and we can then regularly use it just for the food. Saves us having to buy it. Hopefully the chickens are producing some more eggs. I have to admit, I'm slightly tempted just to get a few more chickens. I don't think we really need them, but I am tempted just to speed up the process of helping us get some money. Looks like Lex is back joining us. I think he went for a picnic really. Alexa, obviously a good thing is he will be spreading that further than we can, so he will be finishing his job quicker than what we will be. Sometimes I just like to listen to the nature sounds of the game, but it's a bit quiet at the moment. Oh, a bit of birds cheeping there. I do think the game does have good sound effects for the nature. So what I'm going to do now is just put some more of this into a time lapse. So we see you after the time lapse.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Welcome back everyone. I hope the time lapse was okay for you. As you can see at the top of the field is Lexter, and that's going to be for the next video. So if you want to join us already for the next video, please do. But he's all ready to go for the seeding. So as I finish the cultivating here, I will then have to process up to our farm to pick up our roller, and after Lexter has then seeded, I will be rolling the field. That's all ready for our next one. So he will be seeding the canola there, give us something different. As we can see there, it sort of harvests at different times of the year. So the idea there is to give us something different throughout different seasons to harvest. So as you can see, we're almost finished getting the field prepared. Now should we crash into him? No, let's be kind. You can see a nice September morning here, a bit of a fresh dawn there going on. Won't be long until we need to think about the winter times. I'm not sure we're going to have to try and get any extra machine for the winter, or it depends if it snows on us really. If it does, we might need to get some sort of plough to do the roads, but we'll have to think about that. Not just yet. We're still September, it is still quite warm. No winter, no Christmas just yet. So yeah, in our other field we have wheat seeded. We had to try and stick to something that was similar to harvest, because obviously we at the moment haven't really got a lot to buy a great deal of more machinery to be used where we can actually harvest different things. But of course over time I'm sure that will change. We will be able to reach out and get some new equipment as we go on. Of course, he's like, come on, finish that off, let's get going, let's get seeding. Nearly there. Of course we are playing on the multiplayer now, which is certainly one good advantage of something that the consoles and the PCs have now allowed to do, have multiplayer. So if you have got friends who've got different systems, it doesn't really matter, you know, whether you're using PC, Xbox, PlayStation, that you can still play together, which is a great feature. I'm not one for all these consoles and PC, you know, what's best for what. They're all good at the end of the day, they all do similar. And so obviously there are some different advantages for exclusive games and things like that, but I think generally, you know, just enjoy the gaming. That's what it's about, because there is a positive gaming community out there. And games like this do bring people together throughout the world, whether there's gaming together, whether there's groups where people chat and share information. It can be a positive as well. There's plenty out there where you can make new friends in a virtual way, of course, but that could be for some a really good thing as well. So nearly done here, and that'll be the end of today's video. And I do appreciate you joining us on our farming simulator and seeing how we progress our farm. And in time to come we will have virtual millions, I'm sure of it. Well, we can hope. Maybe one day we can do a video trying to find all these little gift things that are put around the map to collect. That would certainly help make some money out, because each one you find, you get £1,000. So maybe we can go on a bit of a treasure hunt one day to try and find them. See how many we can find. I'm hoping this will stretch out to the old. Yes, that's good. So there we go, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. There's our field all ready for the seeding. So I am just going to take this back to our farm and get the roller, and we will see you next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.